Well, let's bring on board none other than Dan Bilzerian, who is in our very own Maximum City to announce his association with sports tech platform LivePools by Gaurav Asumul with Dino Moria as well, who is one of the key investors. Thank you so much, Dan, for joining in on Startup Central right here on ET Now. Great to have you. I have to ask, and I'm sure a lot of people are very curious, you have this crazy social media following, 28 million on Instagram, over 42 million across all your social media platforms. So what's exactly the secret?
I think just authenticity and not worrying about what people are going to think and what your parents are going to think or what your boss might think, and just kind of posting what you want to post. I think I was, leading a pretty crazy life, and I just wasn't afraid to, post about it. And since I've been honest with the girls that I've been dating, it wasn't a big deal to, post what I'm doing. I think a lot of people kind of hide, or they have secrets, or they are afraid to have their kind of life on display, and I just wasn't, so.
Yep, we sure know that you're not afraid to reveal anything. But, you are a self-made entrepreneur. You've made your wealth through poker. So what exactly is your current net worth?
So I got out of the military in 2003, and I was getting pretty good money from the VA and the GI Bill, and I was getting Pell Grants, and I was eligible for pretty much everything going to college as a veteran. And so my brother found that as a good opportunity to teach me how to play poker so he could beat me for some of that money, and so he did. And I'm pretty competitive, so I just kept playing and ended up pissing all of it away and lost my Beamer and everything else that I had worked for in the military. And then that kind of motivated me to start playing a little bit better. And after about a year and a half of kind of getting whipped, I turned it around and then, became pretty successful, so.
Okay, that sounds like quite the story. I know that, you've made your moves in Hollywood in movies. There was War Dogs. Can you tell us a little bit about your movie ventures? Do you think we'll possibly see you in a Bollywood movie?
So I did some movies. The first one was Olympus Has Fallen, and I was actually in Ibiza playing poker with the guy that owns Cirque du Soleil, and another buddy of mine is a producer, and some other people, and I was losing a lot of money in the game, and I don't think some of those guys knew that I was playing professionally, and so one of the guys was like, maybe poker's not for you. He's like, you should probably try something else. And little did he know I'd made millions of dollars, but that particular session I was losing a lot, and he's like, I could put you in a movie, and maybe you should try focusing on that. And I was like, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Why don't you do that? And so he called up, it was Antoine Fuqua, I think, was the director, and he put me in that movie, and then I did a few others, and I think I did like 5 or 6. But acting is actually really hard. I mean, it's a lot harder than people think. So.
All right, so stick to what you're good at then. Thanks very much, Dan, for joining in on Startup Central, telling us a little bit about your movie ventures, how you made your millions, and really a self-made entrepreneur. That's the Instagram influencer as well as poker star Dan Bilzerian.